It's finally here. After a long wait, Borderlands 3 has arrived, and boy am I mixed. The gameplay is great. It probably doesn't look much different from the previous titles, but when you sit down and play it, you'll feel a dramatic upgrade. There is sliding, mantling, slamming, and it just all feels so good. The story, however, is horseshit. The villains are really bad. The characters you're supposed to like are all either annoying, creepy, or are boring, or just unlikable in general. And look, I love Borderlands. I've bought one on PS3 and two... Oh wait, what? I'm sorry. I've bought it on PS3 and PS4. I've bought Borderlands Handsome Collection. Then I also bought the flipping game, Borderlands 2 and the pre-sequel on last gen, with the DLC. And I haven't touched Tales. Who the fuck cares? Watch a Let's Play. And then I bought Borderlands 3, £90, Super Deluxe. I was hyped for this game, like really hyped. Excited in my pants hyped. But man am I disappointed. The one thing, or rather two things, I was looking forward to, the characters and the story, really fucking let me down. I know it's probably not a big issue to some. Like, some can just mute the TV and ignore it, but in a game like Borderlands, where the main thing is going through the story over and over and over and over again, with new characters or new skills or higher levels, it fucking not only like just hurts to see all of these shitty events happen over and over again, but the fact that when you don't like it, it just like drags on even more. Full disclosure, I'm gonna spoil the shit out of this game, so leave right now if you want to go in this blind, although I will warn you, the story is shit, so I mean, you probably just want to get it spoiled so you don't go in it expecting something big and then just get disappointed. Anyway, they introduce new characters. Ava, like goth girl, rebellious teenager who ends up getting Maya fucking killed so she can replace her, and then Lilith later on. They introduce a gay guy for Hammerlock. I've got no issue there. He's actually kind of cool. There's like a funny part later on in the campaign, story, whatever the fuck. I'm gonna keep switching between the words. And he's like, oh, there's a puzzle here. And Hammerlock's like, I've got no time for puzzles. Let's just fucking move on. And he's like, no, Hammerlock, we gotta solve this together. We get our old adventurous genes. I don't know, it's so funny. And you're like just sitting by like a switch, and he's like, Hammerlock, pull this one. And he's like, oh, fine. He pulls it, and the fucking barrel blows up in your face. That's great. He's an alright character they added. And they added this I think it's supposed to be like a British stereotype, and she's like, oh yeah, I need me coffee, love. I really love my fucking coffee, love. And she's the most annoying character. You want to mute the TV. In fact, most of these characters you want to mute the TV, minus that gay guy and a few others I'll probably name. Who else did they introduce? Oh yeah, some random cowboy spy. I forgot his name. That's how little I gave a shit about him. They added... Oh yeah, those two shitty villains, which I fucking hate, along with most of the internet, I think. Troy and Tyreen. They added this guy called Typhon DeLille. He's really funny. Like, throughout the game, you'll hear his audio, like echo logs or whatever, like recordings of findings, and you really start to like him as you go on. At least I did. And I got more interested as the game went on. He was like talking about each area and the vaults, and I think a few people and manufacturer companies, and you really got interesting. And towards the end, you actually end up meeting him, and oh my god, then he turns out to be like a tiny person. Like, you're expecting this big, muscular Saxton Hale, I think that's kind of an example. Or maybe Indiana Jones, I honestly don't know. I think that's the idea he's supposed to, like, you're supposed to look at him as. But then you see him and he's like a tiny little person with like a rope and yeah, it's so good, and you really like him, like, because he's just funny, and he's like, oh yeah, I like you, adventure, fucking whipping around. He's so cool. I don't know what to say. He's funny, and then he fucking dies in a cutscene. Yay! God, I hate this because I've got to talk about everything that I was looking forward to, and I hate. Well, the point I'm trying to make is most of the characters are shit, and the one they introduce fucking just dies right after. They're all... Oh yeah, not even all of the characters, not even... I mean, the new characters are annoying, the old ones are annoying as well. After Maya dies, Tannis is like, who the fuck cares, let's just move on. And it's like, what? You are a piece of shit. And then later on in the story, Tannis is like, is that Typhon DeLille? Get me a piece of his hair, I want to sniff it in my bedroom. She's creepy. She is a creepy sociopath, or is it psychopath? Sociopath is when you don't give emotions or some shit, and then psychopath is when you hurt. Is that right? I don't fucking know. So you really, I really hated Tannis throughout like the entire game, because she was just being a piece of shit to everyone, and then she just turned around and being a creepy weirdo. And it's weird as well, because it seems like the game's taking it into a light, funny direction, but it's like, what? No, that's creepy. What the fuck are you? That's the idea I got from it. And Tannis is a siren. So apparently in that shitty Gearbox copy game of Overwatch, there was like an Easter egg, and Tannis apparently had, like, it was like foreshadowing that Tannis was evil or something, I think. And then the game comes out, halfway through the story, you go in a vault and it's like, oh, hi, I'm Tannis, I am a siren. But don't tell anybody about this, okay? And then, like, near the end, it's like, oh, I'm gonna show my powers now, even though you just rescued me. Like, what? What? You go through this entire mission, she got captured, and she's like, I don't want to use my powers, so come quickly, or else I'll have to use them. So you finally get there, kill the baddies, and she's like, alright, I'm going to use my superpowers to escape now. Like, what? No, I'm right here, I can pull you out. And then, I don't know. Oh, and also, there's like a mission, just to make you hate Tannis even fucking more. There's like a mission where you go down into her lab, and there's like a bunch of recordings of Angel, and it's like when she first found her powers, Angel's mother's death and a few other things, and after it all, it's like, wow, that was fun. Fuck Angel, am I right? Now I've got my powers worked out. Yay! Misery is fun. Like, what? You're not gonna have a little bit of sympathy? No, Tannis is awful. I have never hated Tannis before, but this game, boom, right up to 11, I despise her now. I don't even want to hear her voice, along with most of these characters. I didn't play Tales, as I said before. I've watched Let's Plays. Reese and Vaughn never talk to each other. And most of the characters out of Tales don't even appear in this. I'm surprised that Fiona isn't in it. Wasn't she like... Yeah, she was the second playable character, wasn't she? Weird. In fact, a lot of characters aren't in this game, which I am really upset by. Salvador, Psycho, Necromancer, Gage, that's what I meant, and did I say Axton? Zero's in there, so I guess, yeah, and Maya. Who else isn't in it? A few characters from... Oh wait, they're all fucking dead. And then there's like a few more characters. Yeah, Zed isn't in this. There's all these characters missing. And it's like, where are they? They don't even speak their name. Krieg, which is what I meant by Psycho, does have some recordings. But that's it. And I don't quite know why they didn't put him in here. Now, I could just be theorizing, but it kind of seemed like they were going to make a bigger thing out of him. Like, with the trailer they put out with him. Seemed like there might have been some kind of, I don't know, possible storyline with him and Maya in this game, but no. No, that's not what happened. He just poofed, but left recordings behind. So, as far as I can tell, they're either dead, or, I don't know, Zed went off to the moon, found that old woman lady, and, I don't know, they got together, married, and died of old age. I don't know. Anything could have happened, they just don't even get mentioned. The villains are awful again. Like, I think I already said this, but if I didn't, I wasn't going in this expecting them to be better than Handsome Jack. So I'm not mad that they're not better. I'm just mad that they're not good to begin with. Like, they're both annoying. I think they have bad voice acting. But I can't be sure if that's just me hating their voices to begin with. And I'm sorry if the voice actors hear that, but... I don't know. I really don't know. I just hate the characters so much. And not in a good way, like Handsome Jack. I mean hate them as in... I just want to skip ahead, mute the TV, ignore them, but you can't really do that. I mean, if you mute a game, it's just gonna get boring because you want to listen to the music. I guess you can turn off voices, but that doesn't stop them from talking, if you know what I mean. I mean, this is a very heavy story-driven game. Oh yeah, I'll keep talking about the villains actually, because I've got a lot to say. They kill off Maya, thanks to Ava being a piece of shit. They kill off Typhon, which was like the only good character in the game, as far as I can tell. Oh yeah, and he drained Lilith's powers only for her to get her powers back and then make Ava the leader for Borderlands 4, or the rest of the DLC for free. Oh, fuck's sake, I can't wait for that shit. Anyway, near the end of the game, suddenly Troy's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna suck all your power, Tyreen, so I can kill the Vault Hunter, but that does not happen. So you're like... Throughout the story, you get, like, clues, like, Troy is possibly going to betray Tyreen. That doesn't happen at all. He just goes, what about me? Am I getting the powers? What about your parasite, Tyreen? So you're like, oh, is this going to turn into something? Oh my god, is this character... No. It's not character development. He's just saying it so you think something's going to happen, but no, nothing happens. Until the last minute, where Troy dies, but then Tyreen just stands up. So what? Okay, I guess she wasn't dying. Also, there was a lot of stuff that Randy was saying, like, oh yeah, Troy is dying slowly, so Tyreen's gotta help him survive. Nothing really happens in the story to make you see that. Like, he just says, oh yeah, give me the suck. The powers in that. But that's about it. And it's like, what? Was this supposed to be like a big thing? Because there was nothing in the story to really show that. So I was like waiting a lot for him to, like, I don't know, fall on his knees and start coughing. Like maybe he needed some help from Tyreen. No! So I don't know what went on there. Because it really seemed like like something was going to happen. I don't know, maybe Randy was having another moment on Twitter. XD. No, it's really not funny. It's really not funny. The villains in this fucking game. Tyreen. I don't want to talk about it. I'll talk about Troy again. During a cutscene, like where the fucking Maya gets killed, Troy is like talking to Ava. Ava's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be a siren one day. I'll kick your butt." And then a minute later, Troy is like, "Hey, if that siren thing works out for you, why don't you call me?" He's like a flipping 19-year-old creep, and she's like, I don't know, like a 12 raven-looking ass. Troy is a pedophile confirmed. Can we cancel Troy, everybody? Can we can we cancel the Calypso twins? Oh. That would be great if we could cancel the Calypso twins. Get them off the Echo Net. Thanks, Gearbox. Thanks, writers. Oh. The villains of this fucking game. They are. It's like they were sat around in a room and was like, hey, we're not going to make anything better than Handsome Jack, so what do we do? And one person was like, hey, let's make them the most annoying characters in gaming history. And someone was like, you know what, give this guy a promotion. Alright, I'm going to stop bullshitting and give some proper criticism here. So, you know, strap on the belts. During the third act, I say third act, but it's more like fucking fifth. They have like so many fucking highs and lows. It feels like there's 3 acts happening every minute. Near the third act of the game, it feels like they're trying to make these villains like empathetic, like sympathetic. I don't fucking know. You're supposed to feel bad for them. But I'm just sat back here in my couch like, are they really trying to make me give a shit about these two? Because I hate them. And all of this is just making me hate them more. So, it's like, you go back to when they were little. Well, rather, you hear when they were little. And they're talking about leaving the planet that they're on. Looks like some Iridian planet. And they're like, look at the stars. And Troy's like, oh yeah. And Tyreen's like, we're gonna go there, you know. And Troy's like, yeah. And Tyreen's like, alright, let's do this. And Troy's like, what? And Tyreen's like, yeah, we're gonna go grab that ship, and we're gonna go to Pandora. Dad doesn't fucking need us on this planet. Fuck Dad, he doesn't want us around. And Troy's like, what? And Tyreen's like, you gonna leave? And Troy's like, well, I mean, if I don't leave, then you're gonna be alone. And Tyreen's like, okay, so we're gonna bury this thing near near Mother's grave. And Troy's like, why? And Tyreen's like, because that's where you won't dig. So they're just being like dicks and asses. Dicks and asses. And you just don't... Why would you care for someone that's not only killed one of the characters that you played as in the previous game and start to like in this game? Suck the powers from one of your other characters as well. And also one of them is a paedophile. Why would you care about them this late? And not only in the same moment are they being complete shits. Now, I can understand if someone said, well, because they were left on the planet and they were imprisoned, kind of, but not really. But it's like, oh, fuck. Right, so basically, the reason why they leave the planet to go to Pandora is because they want to explore. So I'm sat back here now, and I'm thinking, why the fuck don't they just ask him, hey, can we go to another planet? This is boring. Like, that is it. As far as I can tell, because they don't ask him, can they go to another planet, is the reason why they become murderous psychopaths. And maybe a few other things, but fuck. Like, as far as I can tell, that is the reason why they just went on a slaughter spree. You know, I think there might have been other things, like him telling them about the vaults, like they tell him stories about like being an adventurer, killing monsters and stuff. But it doesn't really seem like that really made a big impact. Minus them, I don't know, wanting to open up a vault. Maybe they just wanted to go on an adventure with their flipping dad. But I think that's the story was made by complete idiots to the point where they probably didn't think about that. They were just like, oh yeah, they were really mad about sitting in one place alone, and they didn't want to talk to their dad about leaving, so they were like, you know what, let's just leave, you know, why not? Moving on from the Calypso trains, absolute buzz killers, man. I know I'm probably repeating myself, but I want to really drill in the facts at how like bad the characters and the story and the writing and whatever. And one of those things that makes everything bad is Ava. She like has this catchphrase. She's like, oh yeah, you got nothing, bitch. And it's like, what? You just said that 4 times ago. 2 seconds ago. She says it throughout the game, and it doesn't get funnier. It just gets even worse. Okay, low ranted, but I don't know who thought this was funny. But hearing the same joke more than 3 times is not funny. If I say, knock knock, who's there? It's Knuckles. I'm flexing me muscles. It's going to be funny once. You actually found it funny to begin with. And then it's just going to get less funny over and over and over again. There was this really good moment in Sonic Boom. And he beats Eggman and he's like, oh yeah, I really spinned it. And everyone's laughing. And he says it again like 2 more times and I'm like, okay, you're killing it. Like, just say it once, maybe twice. Don't repeat it again unless you're gonna use the triple fucking, I don't know what the, is it tools are free, words are free? I don't know. There's an expression, but they really do not know how to use it. So you hear characters, you got nothing, Bia, you got nothing, Bia, you got nothing on this, Bia, you got nothing on this. It's not funny. It was never funny to begin with. You repeat it again over and over. Funny now, isn't it? And other characters do it as well. Like there's like a side mission, like Moxie, and it's basically Moxie if Moxie was a guy. And he's like, oh yeah, you're a really sexy Vault Hunter. Oh yeah, Vault Hunter, you're a hottie. Oh yeah, and it's like, okay. But he says like some kind of pervy joke like 50 times throughout the mission, and it just it's shit. It really is shit. There's like a few other characters as well who repeat jokes. Fuck. Oh yeah, like Lorelei. Coffee, man, coffee. I am British stereotype. I like coffee. I'd rather hear Tracer say love. Honestly, like, cheers, love. That never gets old. But the fucking coffee thing is like, what? Oh, Reese, not had my coffee yet, love. There we go. I just made it slightly better with the addition of one word. I don't even know if she says love at all, to be honest. Even if she said it though, I think coming out of Lorelei's mouth, it would just be horse shit. Just like spewing brown from her mouth. Anyway, back to Ava. Yeah, she gets Maya killed. And she just says B actually a lot. Not near. At the end of the game, she ends up being promoted by Lilith, who commits suicide to save the galaxy or just save Pandora. She's like, oh, if Pandora's gonna die, then I die with Pandora. Or some shit like that, I don't know. She gives like a tiny speech and she's like, alright, killer, you're gonna be the new leader. I think I tweeted this before. It feels like this story is some weird origin story for Ava. Like possibly they were trying to make her like this big new thing to maybe, I don't know, make her a main character in the next game or something. But it also kind of feels like somebody snuck into Gearbox, said they were a professional writer, but secretly just wanted to write up their fan fiction. Oh yeah, my character is the daughter of Maya. Yeah, we can't let you be the daughter. Sorry. Okay, my character isn't actually the daughter. She's a servant. Is that right? Fuck it. Apprentice, that's the fucking servant. My character is the apprentice of Maya, and she's like really cool. She's called Raven. We can't let you be Raven. She's called Ava. You know, like Maya, like but change the my and the y to nothing and a v. She's Ava, and you know she's really rebellious and cool. She says biatch a lot, like, you know, you got nothing on this biatch, you know, she's like that. I think a lot of people, a lot of women, young adults will really be able to relate to her. You know, they'll really care for her story, like I do when I wrote up my fanfic. I mean, this story I'm writing for the game. You know, that's what it feels like. They just tried to get their own character in the game, and like behind the scenes they were like, I don't know, on their phone already typing out on Wattpad, and then Lilith died, so my character Ava could be the leader of Crimson Raiders, and everybody then started kneeling before her because she is goddess now. Like, that's literally what probably would happen next if it was a fanfiction. All hail Ava, the best character. Oh, God. She is awful. And she gets, like, her powers, like, the third way through the game from like Maya, and she's like, "Oh yeah, this is cool," and it's like she completely forgets about Maya. She doesn't say like anything like, "Wow, I've got the powers of Maya." She doesn't look up to the stars and be like, "Now with these powers, I'll be able to live on in your hands," some shit like that. I don't know. No, she just like 0 or 100. I mean, 180's just completely around. She does this a lot actually throughout the game. She's like 1 minute, "Oh yeah, Vault Hunter," and then she's like, "Oh no, Maya," and then she's like, "Oh yeah, Vault Hunter, baby," and then she's like, "Oh no, Maya, I fucking hate you, Lilith. Oh, you got Maya killed. Oh yeah, Vault Hunter, yeah, Vault Hunter time," and it's so unnatural that I honestly just stopped caring. There was this one point where I sat back and was like, "You know what, Ava? You're not so bad of a character." But then I just kind of clicked. Like, I just realized, you know what, this is shit. What was I thinking? She is literally just like the rebellious character. There's this... I've been watching this Angry Joe show stream for a while now. I've been watching them since the beginning of their playthrough up until Eden 6 now. And Jesus, everything Delrith has said is so true. Delrith, please make a YouTube account and just make commentary videos. I wanna listen to your voice for like hours, man. Fucking Christ. He just drops absolute bombs of like truth. And it's so great to listen to. Basically, Ava is shit, and she is literally just like some fanfiction-esque character. And she's also a rebellious teenager that gets Maya killed and left to commit suicide to save the world, I guess, but whatever the fuck. I'm gonna slap on a few more things. I didn't really talk about Maliwan, and God, did I not talk about Maliwan. They are not really that interesting. The CEO, I originally thought was like a creepy gay guy, but then as the story went on, I was like, oh, he's not a creepy gay guy trying to get Reese's, you know what, he's just a creepy weird guy that just wants to take over the company, who for some reason has a interest in Reese. Okay, and the guy later on ends up like wearing Zero's, or should I say Zero Tech armor, and not a lot of people know this, or rather not the ones that pay attention know this, but Zero has 3 fingers and a thumb on both hands. This guy has 3 fingers and a thumb on both hands. Is he the same thing as what Zero is? Or was that just the developers being lazy and copying Zero's model with the guy's head on him? Which one is it? Because if it isn't that, then that means Zero is a human confirmed, or something human confirmed. Yeah, you just spoiled something that could have been possibly interesting, or just kept up to speculation and thoughts, which is also fine in some cases. Sometimes not knowing what the answer is actually better, like the Cthulhian Lovecraft shit. When you don't know like the unknown, it's got more, like, you know, importance, that shit. I'm gonna move on for that. The boss fights, I guess I'm moving on from story to gameplay. The boss fights are kind of good, but as I say that, they're also kind of bad. I'm trying to think of one that I really enjoyed. which one did I really enjoy? I think I really enjoyed the there's a lot of boss fights in this game, which is why I'm actually having a lot of trouble, and I could make that up as a point as well. When you think this game is going to end, boom, another boss fight and another chapter to go through, and it really starts to drag, because I think halfway through the game you're in the vault with Maya, and I'm sat thinking, alright, this is going to be the end, or rather close to the end, but it isn't. It's when Maya dies and Ava whines and shit, and the game goes on. And then you go, yeah, another vault, and it's like, wait a minute, there's another vault? Okay, this is where the game's gonna end, because it's a giant area, giant boss. No, that's not where the game ends. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess it's gonna end on the next planet, right? Doesn't end on the next planet. So I'm sat back thinking, okay, what is this leading to? And then you find out, oh, there's a big vault. So you're like, oh, that's where the game's ending. Finally, after 30 hours of gameplay and story, this is where it ends. It's really weird. And I think some other people will get the feeling that I felt, like just confusion of when it's going to end. Because I think by the second vault, I was like, alright, this is where it's going to end. You know, Borderlands 2, there's going to be maybe lava everywhere. No, doesn't end there. Goes on. I wasn't expecting it to be like, I don't know, quick. I was just expecting it to be Borderlands 2 length, but I think it's longer than that. God, I wish we had a story like Borderlands 2. Trying to think. Oh yeah, the characters, the playable ones, really good this time around. Moe's, I didn't play as first, I played as Flak. Moe's I really grew up to, though I don't really like in the end game, because it seems like everybody has corrosive and that just burns through the fucking armor so quick. I don't know. I think something needs to be done about the Titan's health, or bear, whatever it's called, the mech. Something needs to be done about the mech's armor, because gee, is it weak on higher levels. There's no way to protect it. You just activate it, get like 2 shots from the Gatling guns, and then it just gets pooped, like just gets blown up. It is not fun in late game, at least for me. I need to do something about it, but I don't really think I can do much. I played up to level 10 of Flak, and I think I did a stream of that, but I think I stopped and just played a bit more. Like, I think I stopped the stream and then played like about an hour later. Flak I enjoyed, but I don't know, I think his gameplay is a bit boring. But I think I need to keep playing him, because eventually, you know, you get to the levels at the end and they usually get better. Usually get more fun when you unlock the final shit. I played a little bit of the Hyperion guy, Zane. He's cool, I guess. I played a little bit of the Siren. She's a bit boring. I'm gonna play a bit more, and I think I might do another video. I know. I'm gonna make another video on this game, because I'm not done here. I'm gonna talk about everything, the DLCs, the updates, probably. This is Borderlands. I'm not gonna scrape over this. So I guess we're getting near the climax. Video's gone on for 40 minutes now, or well, 39, 22 seconds now, and we're gonna wrap up soon. The game, gameplay wise, is great. If you don't care about the story, even the slightest, it might be worth something to pick it up. I'll say this right now. League's better than Destiny 2. There's no fight. This game launched probably with a better story, as bad as it is. Though maybe I'm just being fair. Maybe I'm just being kind because it's Borderlands. But honestly speaking, they're both shit. So even if this one was better, that's not me saying it's good. It's bad. It's awful. Like Destiny 2's story and the one before. Gameplay is great. A lot more loose. Like, yeah, if you've played Borderlands 2 or the one before that, you'll know how the game plays. But if you play this one, it will feel a bit awkward at first. But play it for an hour, boom, you'll click with it, and it gets really good from then on. And like every game, better with friends. So if you have friends to play this game with, you probably love it. At least that's what I imagine. Seems like AJ, OJ, and Delriff have fun with this game together. So I imagine, I don't know, you might like it with friends. I don't fucking know. I really like these Poptarts. These chocolate Poptarts. Everyone says the strawberry ones are good, but I hate them. If you heard a crunching noise before, like 20 minutes in, I think this is what it was. It was a Pop-Tart. You know, I talked for an hour. Like, I cut some moments off, and because of that, I've literally left my drink to go cold. This is your fault, you know. I'm blaming you. Because of you, my drink's cold now. Pop-Tart. In a perfect world, this game wouldn't have such a fanfiction-y story, which possibly may have been written by some Bungie person. I don't know, maybe some Bungie employee was told to sneak in there, write a shitty story, and possibly ruin the sale of the game. I don't know. In a perfect world, it would have waited a better release, maybe a few more months to get it polished for PC. The game, at least for me, is mostly fine on console. I'm running it on a PS4, not Pro. I think it's the second one. Like, it's not the sharp-edged, it's the smooth round one. Just with more space storage on it. It runs fine, but there is a lot of frame rate drops. Especially when you open up menus. Jesus Christ, it takes like 5 minutes to get in and out of the menu. Exaggeration, obviously, but it feels like 5 minutes. It really sucks. Maybe I did get too hyped. Maybe I had too much faith and hope. But after a game like Borderlands 2, how can you not have so much faith and hope for a great game that's come after? I mean, it's not like Destiny where it launches shit, ends shit, and then it comes out shit, you know what I mean? It's like such a good game. That's the third game. Again, gameplay good, story bad. Apparently there's a really big end game. Mayhem mode, and then apparently some more stuff after that. I'm at Mayhem mode, and I'll admit it's a little bit fun, but not my favourite thing in the world. Like, difficulty is not what I enjoy. I just want to have fun smashing things, not getting smashed by all these flipping launchers with shock elemental damage with seemingly high aimbot or something. Yeah, you can leave now. I'm gonna let like I don't know, one of the boss fights go off in the background So enjoy that, I guess. Yeah, bye.
It's not taking any damage! I don't know what those are, but we should probably shoot them! Out of ammo? Damn it! It's turning into even more of a monster? Throwing a nade! Can't stand up to us! That thing is knocking the place down! Holy crap, this place is getting wrecked!
hunted. That was a masterpiece of badassery. Seriously, good job.